mind, my Father, through the day. When I wake and shine on me throughout the day today. Let every minute be a time in which I dwell with you. Let all my thoughts be still of you and of your love. In my mind, my Father, through the day. When I wake and shine on me throughout the day today. And let me sleep sure of my safety, certain of your care, and happily aware I am your son. In my mind, my Father, through the day. In my mind, my Father, through the day. In my mind, my Father, through the day. Okay. Lesson 232. From the heart of love to your heart. Be in my mind, my Father, through the day. And that song I just did, it took me a few takes to get it right. That song, can you guess what song it is? Some of you out there might know. It's a song that's almost 60 years old now. It's 55 years old or so. From a famous movie and Broadway play. See if you can guess what it is. Some of you probably already know. I'll play the song at the end of this video. But anyway, lesson 232 of the workbook. Father, be in my mind, my Father, through the day. And yesterday we had, Father, I will but to remember you. And in a way, Jesus is saying, this is every moment, really. We're talking about remembering, the remembrance all the time. And let's just read it, and then we'll talk more about it, okay? Be in my mind, my Father, through the day. Be in my mind, my Father. This is all in italics. This is a prayer, I've been calling it like an invocation or an invitation to the Holy Spirit, which is really what the entire course is. It's an invitation to the Holy Spirit. It's an invitation to be in that love, right? To be in your right mind. Be in my mind, my Father, when I wake, and shine on me throughout the day today. Let every minute be a time in which I dwell with you. And let me not forget my hourly thanksgiving, that you have remained with me and always will be there to hear my call to you and answer me. As evening comes, let all my thoughts be still of you and of your love. And let me sleep sure of my safety, certain of your care, and happily aware I am your son. Okay, and that was that prayer. And now paragraph 2. This is as every day should be. Today, practice the end of fear. Have faith in him who is your Father. Trust all things to him. Let him reveal all things to you, and be you undismayed, because you are his son. All right, so as we've been doing, please don't mind the noise there. I tried to do this when that wasn't happening. Well, maybe it'll stop now. Be in my mind, my Father, through the day. Let's read it again. Let's go through it a little slower. Be in my mind, my Father, when I wake, and shine on me throughout the day today. Now, God is always there. You know, this is not. It's good. It's helpful to think of the course as like you're not adding anything to yourself. What you're doing with the course is you're taking away you're removing the barriers, you're removing the interference, you're removing the clouds that are obscuring the sun. The sun, you could think of it as the sun in your heart, right? In your heart center, that's always shining and that knows the truth. And you know deep down that you know the truth, right? We all know the truth. We don't always live the truth because other things get in the way. But if we want to really be in that truth and know the truth and be, you could say, be established in that, then this is one way to do it. This course is presenting a way to do that. And it's not like God is not already in your mind. God is in your mind, right? God is the only thought that is real to begin with. It is everything else that has gotten in the way. So when we say when Jesus says be in my mind, that's kind of dualistic talking. It's like an invitation to remembrance, right? To remember what's already there. Let every minute be a time in which I dwell with you, and let me not forget my hourly thanksgiving that you have remained with me, and always would be there to hear my call to you and answer me. So this is saying God is always there, right? And you will always be there, and it's just for me to remember that. And God has not gone away. I have gone away. I keep going away. I keep having ambivalence. I keep wavering. I keep going back and forth, right? Sometimes I'm right there, and other times I'm out in left field, not in my right mind, right? In my wrong mind. But I can get back to my right mind anytime. And as you do the course, you will notice that you can get back to your right mind quicker and quicker. That you will not be so much. You won't hold on to grievances for so long as you did in the past, and you won't hold on to things at all. Everything really that's keeping you in a sense of fear or suffering is a grievance, really. So anytime you're obsessing or depressing about, not that that's a word, about anything, it's because you're in your wrong mind. You're not in your right mind at that moment. You're hanging on, right? You're hanging on for dear life to something that, if you could just let go of it, you'd be so much better off. But it's hard to let go, right? Once you're in it, once you're in that, I call it like the ego paralysis or the ego quicksand. It's hard to get out, and you need sometimes, we need something that's going to help us, right? Now the course is presenting something very simple. It's some people would call it simplistic, but it's not simplistic. It's very simple, and it's really just, it's as easy as saying, I can let this go right now, because this is not what I am, and this is not the truth. And it can be that simple. It could be that easy. It might take some time before you get there, until you can really say that with honesty and with a sense of trust. But that's where we're headed. As evening comes, let all my thoughts be still of you and of your love, and let me sleep sure of my safety, certain of your care, and happily where I am your son. So this course is talking about 24/7. 24/7 means all day, every day, even when you're sleeping, that your sleep is also free of fear. And a lot of times we may think that we're all together, right? We got it all together, and yet our dreams tell a different story, right? If you have any kind of nightmare or nightmares that are happening or crazy dream scenarios, it probably also means that there's some things still that need to be addressed, right? Or need to be let go of. That's why this is all, but not to judge yourself for that, or to think you're not doing it right. I think everyone is we're all, if you're doing the course, let's just put it this way: if you're doing the course, you're on your way, right? And little by little, slowly but surely, step by step. I said that yesterday. I think that's a good way to put it. Is that this is just a gradual process of letting go of the guilt, the shame, the unworthiness, the ego mind that sees differences, that sees that projects blame and guilt outward, and thinks that it will get rid of the blame and the guilt. Like I will no longer be guilty if I project it out onto someone else. And I'm the good one, they're the bad one. Or we do the opposite too. I'm the bad one, everyone else has got it more together, and why am I'm horrible, right? I'm a horrible person. I messed up my life. I'm so much worse than everyone else, or whatever, or somewhere in between. It's the spectrum. That those would be the extremes, where I'm good, I'm innocent, I didn't do anything wrong. I don't, I just want the best for everyone, right? And you project the guilt out onto someone else. But what you're doing there is that's what Jesus calls the face of innocence, right? Where you think you're innocent, but the reality is you're still holding on. You still have not forgiven yourself, and therefore you have not forgiven everyone or anyone. So this is a very deep work. This is a very deep process, right? And you can't. It's easy to fool yourself about where you are and what, the degree to which you have reached the goal. I would think that very few people actually fully reach the goal while they're in their body. Which is not to say that you don't touch it and you don't understand it and you don't, I was reading today that Ken Wapnick said that Helen, while on the face of it, she was very much in her ego for most of her life, but at the end of her life, he felt that she had arrived and she had gone all the way home, and she died with a beatific smile on her face, or a beatific look on her face. I read that about Jerry Garcia too, that I think he died in a rehabilitation. He was addicted to heroin. He didn't shoot it. He snorted it, and his band did at least one intervention on him, where they're like, "You got to go. You got to go and get cleaned up." And I think he died at one of those places. I don't remember the exact details of the story, but he apparently had a very beautiful smile on his face. And I would think that I would think that would be the case with him too, because if you think of the impact he has had and continues to have on many millions of people, he had a right to smile, at the end of it all. And maybe he wasn't always smiling, and maybe he was dealing with stuff too, as Helen was, and as we all are. But I think if you're on this journey, you're going to get there, and it'll be sooner than you think, and it won't require lifetimes. Now that's just my understanding at this moment, and I'm sure it's going to deepen with time. But anyway, paragraph 2. This is as every day should be. Today, practice the end of fear. Okay, so this course really is love is letting go of fear. remember the title of that book by Jerry Jampolsky. I don't know if you've ever seen that book. Love is Letting Go of Fear. And he was basing it on A Course in Miracles. It's one of the best-selling books of written about A Course in Miracles. Love is Letting Go of Fear. And this is all about moving through the fear, because basically when you've gotten to the end of fear, that you will know love, right? And love will be shining through, and you'll understand that it's the only thing, right? It's the only reality. Fear has blocked the way for so long, for however long. And fear continues for most of us. And most of us still are choosing fear, are making choices based in fear, not based in love. And this course is presenting us with a way to stay. Let's use the word mindful. Or we could use the word vigilant, and keep watching our mind and seeing where we're choosing fear. And fear includes making choices from guilt, making choices from a sense of lack, a sense of limitation, a sense of not being good enough, not having love. Basically, a sense of being disempowered. Versus love would be you're fully in your power, and you're making choices that are 100% yes. Like this choice, this is the right thing to do, and this at this moment, coming from the place of love. Today, practice the end of fear. Have faith in Him who is your Father. And there's also a great quote. I got this from Ram Dass, and he got it from Baba Hari Das. Faith, no fear. Fear, no faith. Faith, 100% faith means that you have no fear. If you have any fear, it means that you're lacking faith, you're lacking the trust, right? Trust all things to Him. Let Him reveal all things to you. And be you undismayed because you are His son. Dismay. That's a good word. This may help you. This course may help you. Let Him reveal all things to you. So that's also this is a way to go into the holy instant, right? This is a way to, you read this, you read through this, and then you meditate, or you sit quietly and you let Spirit come to you. You let the holy instant come to you. Let Him reveal all things to you, and be you undismayed because you are His son. All right, I hope that was helpful a little bit. I'm going to do this song from that. This actually comes from Godspell, the play, and then the movie Godspell, which is based on the Gospel of Matthew. The whole thing was based on the Gospel of Matthew, which I guess whoever wrote that, the guy that wrote this song was a guy named Stephen Schwartz, 1971, probably a Jewish guy, because Schwartz is a Jewish name. Schwartz means black in German. And I remember that in Yiddish, there's kind of a derogatory, probably shouldn't say this, but derogatory word for black people, and the word is Schwarz, or Schwarz, something like Schwarz or something. I probably shouldn't have even mentioned that, but Stephen Schwartz. Okay. It's a great song, and that was a really awesome. It is an awesome movie, worth watching. And I think they probably based it on the Gospel of Matthew, because a lot of people think the Gospel of Matthew is the best gospel. There are people that think it's the best gospel. It has the has the Sermon on the Mount. Day by day, day by day, oh dear Lord, three things I pray. nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, the things I pray, see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, by day, by day. Be in my mind, my Father, through the day. When I wake and shine on me throughout the day today. Let every minute be a time in which I dwell with you. Let all my thoughts be still of you and of your love. Day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, these things I pray. Okay, have a beautiful day. Shine on.